Hey friends, do you love a good ground beef recipe? Something that's good and hearty to fill you up, especially whenever the weather's getting a little bit cooler now? Well, I have got 4 of our family's favorites ground beef recipes. You have to give them a try. They are amazing. And if this is your first time visiting, my name's Susan and welcome. So let's get started on some of our favorite ground beef recipes. So good, so hearty. They'll fill your belly and put a big smile on your face and your family's face too. So come on, let's get cooking. And tonight we're going to be having some Instant Pot ground beef goulash. I need some corn, some spaghetti sauce, 2 cans of diced tomatoes. For some reason I need some brown sugar. I guess I'll add a little bit. I'm not too sure about that. Pound of hamburger meat that I've defrosted. Some soy sauce or Bragg's aminos. Some Worcestershire sauce. Some elbow macaroni. 2 cups of beef broth. And some garlic powder. So that's all we need for this recipe. Let me go ahead and get the Instant Pot going. And get everything in the saute. And then I'll bring you back here in just a second. And I added little spritz of water in there to see if it was hot enough. And it is, look at it. I'm gonna go ahead and add the hamburger meat in. Get it going. And I'm gonna go ahead and add the onions and the green pepper in here, so they can be sauteing up. And I have sauteed the meat, bell pepper, and the onion until all of the meat is no longer pink. It is brown. You can drain it if you want. I'm going to be making a goulash. I'm going to leave it in. So the next thing we are going to do is add the corn. I'm doing traditional tomato, pasta sauce, that is. The Aldi's. 2 cans of diced tomatoes. Alright. It calls for 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I'm not too sure about the brown sugar, so I'm going to do about 1/4 cup or less. I'm not too sure. I know that sugar does help with the tomato acidity, but yeah, I'm not too sure about that. So let me go ahead and mix this around real quick. Next, I'm going to be putting in 2½ tablespoons of soy sauce or liquid aminos, which is what I normally use. And it said 2½ tablespoons, so there's 1. And here's 2. And here is 1/2. Done. And I'm going to do 1½ tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. 1½ Okay. And 1 teaspoon of salt. ½ teaspoon of both pepper, which I'm just going to sprinkle it in because ½ teaspoon ain't that much. And ½ teaspoon of garlic powder. Now I'm going to go ahead and stir that around real quick because the next step we have to do, we can't stir. So all of this is in here. It's all stirred around. Nice and meaty. All right. Now, we are ready for the last step. The last 2 steps, that is. 2 cups of elbow macaroni. And you pour it on top. You do not stir it in, is what it says. It says that you do mash it kind of into the mix, which is what I'm doing. And last but not least, the 2 cups of beef bouillon are going in. And you do not want to stir it. You want to pour it on the very top, just like I'm doing. And then mash it down to make sure that it's all completely covered, which it is. Now we are going to put the lid on, and we're going to pressure cook it for 4 minutes. And then we're going to have supper. That is pretty much amazing to me. And let's remove the lid. All right. There we go. Stir it up a little bit. And there we go. It's ready to serve up. And here you go. The American goulash. I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on top, just to make it look pretty. And get a little bit of melt factor going on, because that is a good melting cheese. American goulash. It's what's for supper Thursday night. Okay, and this Sunday supper is going to be Tater Tot Casserole. And right now I've got 1 pound of hamburger frying up in the pan. I have 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, 1 can of evaporated milk. I have 2 slices of onion that I've chopped up really good. I have garlic powder, garlic salt, mozzarella cheese, and some Colby Jack that I'm going to put on top once it comes out. The first thing I need to do is heat the oven to 450, which is almost there. And I'm going to put some tater tots on a pan, and I'm going to bake the tater tots first, at least 10 minutes to get them partially baked. That way they have a little bit of a texture to them, because I feel like if you don't do that, they're a little bit mushy. And I like mine with texture. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tater tots on the sheet and get them in the oven as soon as it hits 450 while the hamburger meat's cooking. And this is 32 ounces of tater tots. I'm going to use half of this. 16 ounces is norm, so I'm going to get those laid on the sheet, the baking sheet. I'm going to spray it with a little bit of cooking spray, that way it doesn't stick. Okay, and here are the tater tots. The oven just got to 450. We're going to get these put into the oven, and I'm going to do them for about 10 minutes. 20 minutes is a total cook. 10 minutes is just enough to get them a little more solid. Just got the tater tots out, 450 for 10 minutes. And I'm going to turn the oven down, which I've turned it off, to 350, which is going to say it's ready. But then I'm going to get everything mixed up and ready to layer into the baking dish. First thing is going to be the cream of mushroom soup. It's going in. The can of evaporated milk is going in. Well combined. Okay. And I'm going to put in the garlic powder, which is 1/4 teaspoon. And the garlic salt, which is 1/2 teaspoon. And then of course whisk it again. And now the wet ingredients are ready to go into the mixture. Go ahead and add a sprinkle of salt and pepper to the blend here. I'm just going to go ahead and get the hamburger meat into the pan. Make sure that I don't get as little grease as possible into it. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the onions that I diced up in there. Layer the tater tots on the top of the hamburger meat. And I've got all the layers and rows made. I like to have everything kind of even, as you can see. And now it's time to pour the wet mixture over top. It just makes it easier if you use something with a spout. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour all of this mixture over. Trying to get every tater tot covered. All the edges, all the ends, all the everything. Because whatever's above the tater tots will bake down into the meat mixture below. Okay, so now I'm about to put this in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. Only 20 minutes in, and I'm going to add the cheese. I forgot to tell you, take it out 10 minutes beforehand so we can add some mozzarella cheese and usually some cheddar. I don't have any cheddar in here right now, but I do have some Colby Jack I'm going to be adding on. So here's the mozzarella. Let's get a little bit of Colby Jack going on. Now you can put whatever cheese you want on here. I have tried Mexican. It just doesn't taste as good to me, believe it or not. I guess if I did a Mexican version of this, which might be another video. Okay. I have got all my cheeses on, and it's time to put it back in the oven for 10 minutes on 350. And I've pulled it out of the oven. All the cheese is nice and melty. I'm actually going to let it set for about 10 minutes to cool off just a little bit. Because if you try to serve it right now, you won't get the good layer effect. You need to give it about a 10-minute cool off, which, mind you, it ain't going to be cold. It's just going to be hot still. But it will help the cheese completely solidify. So whenever you give a spoonful, it'll be nice and layered. Let's get this plated up. And like I said, you let it wait 10 minutes. That way you can get the better layer effect. That's mine. That's Danny's. Didn't quite come out as pretty as it needs to look, but those are the layers I'm talking about. All those layers of cheese and meat and onion. So good. So that's for dinner, Sunday night. And tonight is going to be easy chili. You need some chili spice, which I love McCormick. I just think it's the best myself. I'm going to put some onion in this, even though I don't normally call for it, but I love onion in it. Some medium chili beans is what we like. You get the spice that you want. And some diced tomatoes. And some Mexican cheese to go on top. And of course, 1 pound of hamburger. So let's get this frying up and start adding a few things. And I've got this already browned up. I'm going to drain off some of this grease, which it's a little too much for just a towel. So, paper towel. So let me go ahead and drain the grease real quick. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in a few items. I'm going to go ahead and add in the chili spice. I'm going to go ahead and add in, which I probably should have added in while it was cooking, a little bit of the onion. Trying to get some of the smaller cut up ones. And it doesn't call for it in the recipe, but you know, I love some onion. And this is going to cook for just a little bit, so it should get it nice and tender. I'm going to go ahead and add in chili bean. And diced tomatoes. And that's pretty much it. I mean, this is what you call simple and easy as you can get it. Now I'm going to stir all this around until all of it is incorporated, which doesn't take much because it's already pretty loose anyway. And then I'm going to let it sit here and cook for about, I would say, 15 minutes at tops. And then it'll be time for chili. And that is what you call good chili. Even though it's quick and easy, it's really good. And all the puppies are wondering what Mama's got a cooking. But right here's the chili. I don't know if y'all can see it that good. It looks like you can. Ah, there's Bud.
Boy, that was really hard.
It is so good. So let's get it plated up. And here is the chili. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of some sour cream. And some Mexican cheese. Which, you know, Mexican cheese is good on everything. And there you go. Easy chili. It's what's for supper tonight. And we're going to be making some easy slow cooker taco pasta, but not in the slow cooker. Didn't care to put the meat in this morning, so I'm going to make it now whenever I get home from work. So I've got some elbow pasta. I've got a can of diced tomatoes, a can of corn, the majority of a jar of salsa, some taco seasoning, and some Mexican cheese, and 1 pound of hamburger I'm going to cook up. I'm probably going to add some onion to go along with that in some shape, form, or fashion, because y'all know I love onion. So let's get to making what I call taco pasta. And I'm going to add in the bell pepper and some onion, because y'all knew I was going to put some in here. That's just me. Alright. I need to put in 1 can. It says diced tomatoes. It says crushed tomatoes. Well, you know, I've got diced. That's what I got. I'm going to add in 1 can of whole kernel corn. It's been drained. I did not drain the tomatoes. I figured we would need some of that juice with the pasta. I'm going to go ahead and put in the almost 1 cup of salsa. Which was actually pretty good, but don't want it to go to waste, so it's going in this. This is what you call cleaning out the fridge night. Yeah, there's pasta in there. There's a salsa in there. Let's use it on something. Okay, now I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to mix that all together. So we've got some taco-iness going on, that's for sure. I may have needed to have gotten a bigger container. I don't know if this is going to fit it all or not. We're going to find out. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add the hamburger back into the mix. And stir that in. I've changed it to a bigger pot. The only thing I don't like about this pot is these handles get hot. I can't grab it and maneuver it whenever it gets really hot. So we've got that going on. And I'm going to go ahead and add 2½ cups of chicken broth. Like I said, I'm doing this on the fly, guys. It's supposed to be in the crock pot all day. I didn't think it needed to be. All these vegetables didn't need to be sitting in a crock pot all day. The next thing is I'm going to put about 10 ounces of elbow macaroni in this. Just because that's what I had. And mix that in with all the water. Make sure all of it's down under the water, that way it'll cook. And I'm going to turn this on about medium and let it cook for about 20 minutes and we'll see where we're at. And here we go, taco pasta. I'm going to go ahead and put some cheese on top of it and a little bit of sour cream. Okay. And that's what's for supper Tuesday night. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already subscribed, press that button down below and subscribe so you don't miss any of the fun. And let our family be a part of your family.